It's the end of the year. It's the last show for 2023. So I'm reflecting on what happened this year. What did I do in terms of performing live? Where did it go wrong? What went well? Where is room for improvement? What am I happy about? So a lot happened and I did a lot of shows. And it boils down to a few things that I've learned this year. I stopped using way too many sounds. And look at that. Hey, what's up? I'm Hello Kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. It's the last one of the year. So I'm going to take you into a few things that I thought were memorable this year and something that I've learned that I am going to share with you. So stay tuned till the end of this video. I will also tell you who the new patrons are for this week, which they can follow on patreon.com/HelloKitchen. And if you're new here, thank you very much for supporting the vibe. Glad that you made my little spot on the web, and let's dive into it, shall we? So this year was great in terms of performing. I mean, I performed a lot. The things that stood out for me were like Burning Man in Amsterdam in the summer. That was a cool one. The Dutch leg of the Burning Man imprint. When they came to Holland, they've asked me to go play, so I did that on a Saturday. That was absolutely amazing. Festival de Achtertuin was one of the better gigs for me, where the sound really worked out on the sound system. The Kitchen Club, we did kitchen clubs at Worm, Rotterdam, but we also did a nice one over at ADE. So that was a cool one for the Amsterdam Dance event. And of course, Raw Industries playing in Berlin, that was cool. So yeah, I did a lot of shows and a lot of people asked me like, how is your sound so tight? What is happening? What are you doing to get a concise sound and also something that is, recognizable, but at the same time you can repeat it again. So it's something that is not predictable. That's not the word I'm looking for here, but you're trying to just, when you disconnect and reconnect your gear, you want to get the same result, and that's not always the case if you're working with a lot of different boxes. Now, what happened for me is that I slimmed my thought process down into these 5 categories, really. So bass synth, catalyst synth, poly synth, drum computer, sampler. And you know what the fun part is? You can debate, yeah, but you got all this equipment sitting on the desk and it's costing $1 million. But everything that I just told you can be one box really. And that's how I did it. I started with the MPC, par exemple, started with that, and then slowly I started to think like, okay, I need more players on the field. What task out of the MPC can I give to someone or somebody else? And that was for me the Minotaur that took care of bass. For polysynths, and it's interchangeable. I mean, I'm walking around with a JP08 right now, but I have got an OB6 as well. So it just depends on where my mood is and what my vibe is and how I want to go about it. So who is this video for? If you're trying to enhance your performance, if you cannot finish tracks, if you're thinking of tweaking the setup that you're working with right now, if you are done collecting synths and you're finally going to make music, if you need a roadmap to faster results, if you want to get rid of a few synths, you want to sell them, but you cannot decide on which ones to get rid of, then I think this video, this is you. Is there a downside to what I'm going to tell you? Unfortunately, yes, there always is. And the downside is that you have to be absolutely disciplined to make this stuff work. It just doesn't work by itself. My tips and tricks are fairly simple, easy to understand, and they do work. They work, but you have to be disciplined and resilient enough to think, okay, I'm going to make this work. If you can muster that kind of power within yourself, then you should be sweet, really. And if not, you can always get in touch with me, leave a comment in the section below, or get in touch with our ever-growing community, because there's so many like-minded people out there that are willing to help you, and that's something you can find on patreon.com/HelloKitchen, which is bridged to Discord. Let's go over to the live set and let's see if I can concoct something from scratch using these 5 elements, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two. You ready? Let's go. I am cheating a little bit because I have already played a kick drum. Let me quickly go over the live set here. I got comments, serious comments saying that they missed the subsequent 37, so it's back on the desk again, which is, and I've got it polyphonically. Listen, there's a trick to the subsequent 37 where you can play polyphonic chords. You have to really like download something off the Moog website. Like, no, of course not. This is the OB6, by the way, which also makes an appearance today. So we've got the subsequent 37, the OB6, the DFAM here, the Minitar here, Acid Box 3. Whew, blasphemous. This is a SEM filter. This is the holiest of holy filters, but it has that creamy, buttery kind of character, which is cool. So today it's going through the Acid Box 3, which I think is a good combination, because listen to this. So I've got two filters on my OB6. 99 Drunk Wheel, the RK008. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is not a calculator. I repeat, this is not a calculator. No, this is the whole operation right here. This is my MIDI looper. On this thing, I am recording all the notes that you are hearing, right? So let's get that out of the way. So no, it's not here to calculate my delay times. Delay times, however, they were calculated back in the days with a calculator, yes, obviously. Do you know how you calculated delay times? Let me know in the comment section. I'll probably tell you later on how that worked back in the days when you had an SPX 900 and no USB, MIDI or sync stuff. You really had to just calculate the delay times yourself, and that was a trick on how to do it. So there is the black box here. There's obviously connected to the MIDI fighter. Then I've got this MIDI Lab 3 sitting here, which might be overkill, as I can play similar stuff, but this thing is MIDI mapped to the RK008. The RK006 is hiding in the background right here. Then over on the pedal department, I've got a Valco KGB distortion on the kick. If for some reason the kick needs to be a little bit more driven. Then there's the Strymon Black Sky, which is connected to the subsequent 37. And then there's the Boss DD500 that is connected to the DFAM. And yes, there's delay here as well on the OB6, but it's also going through the digital delay here, so this thing gets decked out to the full maximum. Now, did I forget anything? No, probably not. Let's get started. I'm gonna play the beat. I've got 16 steps right here. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, let me see where the beat is. And it returns like bam. That's what it does. Now, as I said, I was playing less stuff, which means the band members now have to do their tasks and have to just like be good at it as well, for one. Now, flirting with the outside world, what I said, you need a bass synth, you need a catalyst synth, you need a polyphonic synth, you need a drum computer, and then obviously you need a sampler of some sort. And the sampler makes it cool to just go flirt with the outside world. I am on 130 beats per minute at the moment, and I've got a techno sample sitting here that I'm going to build this track around. That's the only rule that I have right now. So it goes. Nice. Let's instantly see if we can get some drums going. Instead, because this is more of a techno-driven thingy, I'm not going to go for my open hat that I've got right here. I'm going to go for a right cymbal, straight in, on track 2. Recorded like. Nice one. Let's turn it down a little bit. On track 3, let's take it out and record track 3. I'm gonna go for a clap. Very techno on a one. Kick out. Yeah, this is cool. I'm liking this. Kick back in. Take it out because I recorded something that I wasn't supposed to record. Take that note out, so that's gone. So, that's my defense right here, as you can see. I'm gonna go for drums first, right? Oh, everything just built around this. So. See if I can get something with 8 steps. Bam, 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 bam. Something like that will work. Pam 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 pam. Yep, that's cool. Okay, so instantly grooving and going. The whole trick of this setup is can I get there fast, right? Now let's turn this down a little bit. Level wise, we'll get to that in a second. First, we're just gonna play our stuff in. Okay, now I'm gonna go for a bass line. And the bass line is sitting on track 6. So 1, 2, 3. Now I've got my drums on 5 of the 8 tracks. 6 is my meter bass line. Okay, here you go. Woo, man. Now, as you can hear, this little thingy right here displays the same root note all the time, and I'm going to just like play my melody with my bass line here. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Now I'm thinking I need path, maybe. Nothing too difficult. Maybe stabby path. I'm gonna go for my well, let's try it again. of the faulty notes. Of course, my I think I'm liking that. 1, 2, 3, and I'm liking that. Now let's look at the different elements here. Nice. You see, that's how quickly stuff gets to a certain point. Now, I was building everything around this sample, obviously, and then the bass line in. As I said before, everything that I'm playing right now, it's just simple. I'm not overdriving things, and you need to leave space for certain things as well, right? So, as you can hear, there is a call and response action happening between this sample that's coming from the 1010 black box and what's happening on the Minotaur. Let's listen to that for a second. Take out a kick. So there's constantly a cadence on the first of, you see, this is an afterbeat actually, but it falls on the beat all the time. And that happens. Now I can filter this down to emphasize my bass line a little bit more. Let's look at a little bit of sound design, which means, in my case, a shorter note, filter envelope a little bit up. Yeah, wow. You know, with subtractive synthesis, especially with Moog, you know, if you want to lose low end, if it's conflicting with the kick, for instance, which could be possible, taking out the ARP right here, just add a little bit of resonance in there. Which is nice. So I tend to not keep it completely low so that I've got like trouble in the club, because the more low end is on your track, the better it sounds in the headphones, but the softer it will become in the club, right? So that's not what you would want. Okay. Right cymbal, obviously, that's there. Hats. I'm liking that. Let's engage a little bit of a delay, and I will do that on the DD500. I will put a little bit of a triplet on the sound. So now it goes like wow. Listen, it hangs like. get a little bit of the dub techno vibe going. I love the white noise kind of vibe on it. I can play melodies with it, but I, for now, decided to just go with something percussive. So if you don't want to be all melodic, we can go a little bit back to our... Now, what the difference between what you hear right here and what you heard just now is that this thing revolves every 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and bum. That's 1 cycle. And with my bass line, that goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and back. Now, the reason that I'm doing that is that I can speed up my mixing in groove, as a DJ would put it. So the stuff right here keeps you in that hamster wheel, right? So that the pace almost doubles. So every movement you make when you're dancing, you should be dancing, when you are moving your hips and your feet around, there is music on every step that you do. So swaying left to right, there's music everywhere. And then when the body is already in motion, you want the mind to just like flow and follow that. Boom. So now this thing becomes a little bit more of a driving force. So this is the sample. There's different samples. You can use vocals, you can do whatever. This gives you a portal into the outside world, into maybe more commercial access to vocals, to drum beats, whatever. This is this, if you're not stuck with a drum computer like myself. Now, a lead is what you can add to up the music a little bit. So this is not necessary, the subsequent 37 it is, but I like it. Going to the Strymon, Black Sky. It's a sound that I've created beforehand. I love sound designing on the sub 37. And I'm going for the 18 pole slope here. I've got it hard synced as well. So on the sound design, I went for the hard sync so that the oscillators are always in sync, which means that the other oscillator, the second oscillator, doesn't pitch itself up. It's now going to start whenever the first oscillator is starting, which means it's interesting what happens with the sounds. Listen here. As you can hear, a little bit more aggression, a little bit more cut through in the mix. Now this, I'm exaggerating everything, right? So I'm going to take out a little bit of reverb. This is completely dry. And now with a little bit of reverb here, I'm using the plate reverb. And the mode is on mod. Pads in. Short notes here. Nice. I'm liking this, man. Kick out. You can hear some sort of an LFO thing going, which is not coming from the acid box. It is coming from From the stereo padding on the OB6, I'm liking that. And you have to be creative with where you stick what. How are you going to use your drums? I can use an extra drum here, maybe a snare drum. Let's go to bam, there, bam, bam, there, bam, 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 bam. I'm trying to avoid playing stuff on the one at all costs if I have to, because this snare is a snare drum, right? Snare drum, unmistakably so. But I can even have this thing be a little bit more percussive. Listen to this. This is the 99 for you. Tuning it to the music. Bum, bum, bum. Shorter sub 37. Filter down. Yeah, that's pretty much how I look at things, you know? So there's a few elements that are playing and a few elements that are just like working with one another. Now, my brain is just like, in a way, like I need drums and I need a crossover within those drums. Crossover meaning the DFAM is a cross between music and not so much today though. But you know, that's one of those machines where you can debate, is it music, is it drums? I love that, you know? And also the parts that I played, like not so much the bass line maybe, but that subsequent is playing some sort of a merengue slash salsa rhythm. And then you hear why I'm playing my snares on that similar sort of like beat. You see? So accents are always there. People say, wow, I wish that I can program drums that way. It's just keeping a pattern in your mind and playing it over different instruments and seeing how they interact. And then obviously you can debate like, okay, let's do certain things. Now, the 99 drum computer is a drum computer that now, listening on studio monitors or on speakers, I hope you're listening on some decent speakers, it's not really doing it justice as how it sounds when you get to a club, really, because this thing is loud as hell, I will tell you that. And that with the DFAM, with the Velcro, nice. Introduce a little bit of noise here. Noise everywhere. Oh my God. So yeah, do I need an open head to play on the 2 and 4 all the time? No. Why not? Because I've got that frequency already lined up and noise on the subsequent noise on the DFAM. So yeah, that higher frequency is there. Play my pads again, kick out, pads in. everything needs to fall into itself. It's to work with one another. And muscle memory is also a very important part. Once you have a setup that you are comfortable with, get some muscle memory going, right? Get it going, like, okay, I know my kick is here, bam, instantly, woo, bam. I know, track 6 is my baseline. 7 is my minitar. Oh, so where's the other pads? 8. And that's here, so I know what's happening. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let me know in the comment section. Yes, I said I was going to tell you how that worked with a delay. The trick to use is 60,000, and then divide that by the BPM of the track you're working on, and the outcome, if it's like 135 BPM, you see it will be 444 at one point. So then you know, like, okay, the left side of my delay is going to be 444. And the right side of my delay is going to be 222. And that's how you just literally worked it. And if you want to do triplets, then obviously you gotta go for 555 and 333 and odd measures. And that is how we set our multi-tap delays on old school machines. Why am I telling you that? I don't know, I don't care. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, I'll leave you over to the other guy. Tobias Gardner, Weird Sciences, and Plastic Transistor are new patrons, and they follow everything on patreon.com/nlokitchen. Now, Patreon's bridged to Discord, so not the slightly higher up tiers are giving you access to Discourse, and that's where we talk shop. So that's absolutely amazing. Now, Dave Sharp came up with an absolutely amazing question. He's one of the patrons as well. Recently joined up, and he said, I'd like to know what the differences are between dub techno, melodic techno, industrial techno, groove techno, progressive house. What makes up the differences in these different things? And I thought, you know, let's address it on this video. The last one of the year. It's a question that's been lingering about for a while, so I thought to just address it. But I do think that it deserves its own video, so I will take that into something else and see if I can make it into a topic that might work for a wider range of people. So, David, thanks for your question. Stay tuned, it is coming. Yeah, this is the last one of the year. We are at the dawn of 21,000 subscribers now. 2023, it's done. 2024 is happening. What can you expect? Well, for one, it looks like the Kitchen Club might have their own club. That's cool. As well as a place where we can do like bigger events even, which is all I'm going to say about it, because I can't divulge and say anything else. That's one thing. Another thing that might be of interest to you is the mixer project that's going to near its completion in the new year. We're looking at April. If I'm correct, that's what I spoke to Ferry about, so that's going to look very interesting as well. I'd like to thank you, all you new subscribers, people out there. Thank you ever so much for supporting. It's you that I'm doing it for. It's you that makes everything worthwhile. I love throwing the content out, and I see that you guys love it as well, so thanks for being here. Thank you to all the patrons, thank you to all the channel members, and also everyone that's supporting the vibe, and that's on that positive tip, so thanks ever so much. Now, there's a lot that you can expect. Do join me. Be careful for New Year's Eve with the fireworks. Don't screw your hearing up, otherwise you won't be able to hear what it is that I'm going to teach you in the new year, and there's so much more that I have to teach you. So keep watching this space. I'm Analog Kitchen. Thank you for being here. If you made it this far into the video, sir or ma'am, you are an absolute superstar. I'd like to say Happy New Year, and I'll catch you on the other side.